24-hour economy. Mahama came to do his sonar, told us that we should wait for budget. We will talk about 24-hour economy. The Minister of Finance also comes, tells us that 24-hour economy, we will bring a policy document. Are you joking with the minds of the Ghanaian youth?
Hello guys, it's yet another week again on your favorite political show, Political Pulse, on Kane Media TV, Kane Media Trends. Just as we do every week, we bring you the trending stories within our political space. We dissect them, we bring our panelists here, both from, we have panelists from political parties, MPP, NDC, other political parties representing. We come, we dissect, we go into them, we see the ones that are going to help. As a matter of fact, taking the youth into consideration, we give our suggestions to our leaders, and then we hope and pray that they pick and then work to it, just so we all can have a better Ghana and then live in. But before we delve into our conversations today, I want to reach out to our audience out there that this program is actually seeking for your sponsorship. And Kane Media TV, as we always say, we make you famous. So bring your products, let's market it for you. Let's make you reach the targeted market, just so you can at least break even and then make profits. Reach out to Kane Media TV. We have our contact numbers below our screens. Pick them, call us, and we will be more than happy to help you grow your business. So quickly, let's delve into our conversation. I'll introduce my guest today. I have Honorable Ake, who happens to be a communication team member from the NPP. Ake, how are you doing?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Good. Amplify your voice well for me. How are you doing?
By the grace of God, I'm doing well.
Before we started the show, I saw the other guy saying your position is making you lose your voice. I hope it's not true.
Never.
So kindly amplify your voice for me when we start with the conversation, okay?
Thank you, my brother.
That's nice. Hey, my brother, please, how you doing?
Yeah, I'm keeping well.
Guys, that's nice. Prince Kuma, right?
Yes, Prince Kuma.
So Prince Kuma happens to be the 10 UG communication officer. As a matter of fact, he's also a communication team member in the NDC too, right?
Yes.
Good. So my viewers, these are my guests for today. And today, our conversation is going to be solely on the budget. So we know on the 2 days ago, the finance minister read the budget to us. As a matter of fact, the estimated expenditure for nation Ghana, country Ghana, he came to read to us. So we are going to delve into the budget very well. We will dissect the budgets, and then we will see the nitty-gritties that we are going to pick out that are going to help Ghanaians and the youth. And we see the ones that are not going to help. And then we see if we can punch holes and then some punches into it. But before we delve into our conversation, I would like to educate my viewers on an incident that happened before the budget reading commenced. In Parliament, there are proceedings, and the proceedings are being guided by standing orders. So if you followed proceedings at Parliament on the day of budget reading keenly, you will notice that before the finance minister started reading his budget, there were objections from the minority side that the Parliament is supposed to determine the way and manner in which the budget should be presented. Either it should be presented in a motion form or in a statement form. So there's a difference between a motion and then a statement. Motion is most of the time debated on, and then comments are being given to statements according to the standing orders of Parliament. So the budget that was read over the week, budget actually is a statement. So you could clearly see that at that I stand to be corrected. I don't vividly have the particular quotation of where that standing order is in their order. Standing orders. Good. So you could see that the statement there begins with the word statement. So it clearly states that the budget that is going to be read is a statement. And at the end of the day, parliamentarians, our members of parliament, are going to throw commentaries to whatever is being proposed to parliament. So this is the little education I want to give. So quickly, let's delve into our conversation. I'll start with you, my brother. Mr. Prince.
Yes, sir.
Your party has presented a budget to us. Today, we are going to go straight forward. I wouldn't like you to beat about the bush. If it is this, let's go straight forward to that. Then we kill the snake to the head. Your party have presented a budget to us. And looking at this budget, what is the priority of the NDC? That is what I want to know first.
All right. So the whole agenda is resetting Ghana. Right. Okay. So we are resetting our institution, resetting every sector of our economy. If you look at the budget, it spoke to every sector of our economy, from the Makola woman, that KG child. So everybody, you see everybody's jubilating, right? You see everybody's happy. The CSOs are jubilating, teachers are jubilating, lesson trainees are jubilating, trainees are jubilating. Everybody is jubilating simply because this is a budget that we went out there to sort for the ideas for the average Ghanaian.
Okay.
This wasn't the naming ceremony budget that we used to see some years ago, where we had a finance minister who came to parliament who likened it to naming ceremony.
I see.
Started with Papa budget, Ajinkwa budget, and Anidaso budget, Ajimapa budget, Nkabon budget, Nkunim budget, Nkuntu budget, Nkunim. Those are just naming ceremonies and fantasies he was just throwing away.
I see.
This is a budget delivered by the Honorable Council at Fortin.
Yes.
I realized that even Dr. Stephen Amwa, who happens to be a member of parliament for MPP, he's saying that no, this budget is too much. So there's no way he can debunk everything that was stated in the budget. So I think that's the budget that's to address the hardship that Ghanaians are complaining about.
Okay.
The obnoxious taxes imposed on us by the MPP government has all been abolished. And today the boys are all jubilating. The betting tax has been scrapped out. So the main agenda of this budget is to make sure that we build an economy where every Ghanaian will feel belonged.
Okay. So Honorable Ake, listening to the budgets over the week, were your expectations met?
Okay, thank you very much. Well, to me, my expectations were not met.
Okay.
The budget.
So what didn't stand out for you in the budget?
Okay, before that, I think I was of the view that even before Honorable Atoforsen will present the budget, the media houses should have given us a view of the feel of Ghanaians in 2017.
Okay.
When the budget
was read.
I
see.
How people were jubilating, Aboso Okai and the others.
Yeah.
When we abolished close to 17 taxes.
Okay.
That the NDC had placed on Ghanaians. Where even Kayayi were being taxed. I went to school at Accra Technical University.
I see.
See them when they are being taxed, they are running.
Yeah.
Because of headpan, we were taxing them.
Yeah.
We taxed and taxed condom, cutlass.
I see.
So Ghanaians during that time were very happy.
Okay.
It is the same way Ghanaians now are jubilating because the NDC in some way have taken some taxes off.
Okay.
Which is the e-levy, the betting tax, and the likes. And even with the 6 taxes they are claiming they've taken off, some were not even implemented.
Okay.
So to me,
but we are going to go to the taxes.
Yes.
We'll go
so
into
to me, my expectations were not met because the youth of Ghana are still going to be in the houses. They are not going to get jobs.
Okay.
There is freeze unemployment.
Okay.
The market women you went to them for your settings and packaging.
Yeah.
They complain bitterly about the city to you. Okay. What is in the budget that is showing that the expectations have been met?
Okay. So quick one. I'll come to you, my brother. You spoke about the abolishment of some taxes. That is the betting tax, the COVID-19 levy, the which one again?
Emission tax,
and then the electronic e-levy thing. Looking at an economy that is presently in IMF, and all these taxes are part of the IMF agreements that are generating funds to hold our economy for now. Don't you think abolishing these taxes is not going to make our economy stand strong and meet how do you call it, demand in the physical how do you call it, space.
All right, so you see, abolishing 17 and then introducing 14 new taxes is not something functional to an economy. More so to the taxes being abolished or not abolished, which was not implemented. Honorable Abinandam, Patrick Bama has apologized on behalf of him. Let's stop this last.
Okay.
Lottery definition. What is the definition of lottery? Like I said, never implemented. What was read in the budget? Lottery, otherwise known as a betting tax. Wasn't that the word?
Yes.
Look at the practice notes issued by Ghana Revenue Authority on 5 June 2023. Betting tax, lottery operation include betting tax. So it doesn't have to say betting tax only. You can say betting tax or lottery operations. It's the same. It's a matter of grammar and English. Okay. It's simplicity. Now talking about how you are able to cater for the revenue shortfall as a result of abolishing e-levy, the 10% betting tax about Omia and then Akufo was taken away from the boys. Yeah. What we are simply going to do is, and Honorable Attoforsen said it. You know that in 2016, Honorable Attoforsen and his boss set up to introduce a bill before Parliament. Okay. We had the Revenue Administration Act, right? 2016 Act 915, which catered for specifically section 69 of it. Okay. Says that the minister shall set aside an amount not more than 6% of the annual revenue collected under this act. Okay. Now, what happened was that 2017 to 2024, Kane TV and Amin Andam, the status review, according to the minister, Kesala Attoforsen, revealed that the tax refund account accrued 29.11 billion Ghana cedis. Okay. They spent only 43% of it, which is 12.5 billion on tax refunds. Okay. The 16.61 billion left was misapplied. They used some of them as slash funds, paying for shady deals like SML and all that. So by even uncapping the ceiling on the tax refund from 6% to 4%, we are going to save this country about 3.8 billion Ghana cedis. Okay. How much is e-levy going to give us? At the end, about 1.9 billion. Okay. So clearly tells you that even reducing the ceiling on our tax refund accounts from 6 to 4% alone is able to cater for the revenue shortfall that could have arose as a result of abolishing this obnoxious taxes. Okay. So we have a clear plan for that. Okay. So no one should worry about it.
So you are now reducing tax refunds in place of the taxes that has been taken away.
So it's not necessarily replacing. We have a tax refund account saying that at the end of the year, the total revenue collected, 6% of it should be set aside. Okay. So we can pay for people who, for whatever reason, have overpaid their taxes. Okay. So if our VAT, we have what we call input VAT. When your input VAT exceed your output VAT, clearly you are entitled to tax credit or a refund. Okay. Either GRA will give you the money or they credit your tax account. Okay. So that subsequently they can offset it against your tax obligations. Okay. Here is the case. The money that was accrued in the last 8 years was 29.11 billion. Okay. They used only 12.5 billion for tax refund purposes. Okay. But the 16.61 billion, representing 57%, was misapplied. I see. Meaning that I see. So we are really reducing it further. And you are going to save 3.8 billion Ghana cedis. Okay, so this is now coming to take the place of the taxes that has been taken away. Meaning that not necessarily. So I want to make it clear so there wouldn't be like a new tax from 6% to 4%. Okay. A ceiling, just a ceiling. There wasn't like a money as in taking money on. Okay. Total revenue collected. You are saying that some people pay taxes. That's how it goes to the revenue. Yeah. Some people might have overpaid. If you go to the US and the likes, they do tax refund, you can file for it. That's true. Right? That's true. So let's set the money aside so that when somebody come and file for tax, you can get the money to pay him. You get to realize, if you read budget statements, if we take revenue part, if you see tax refund, it's negative. Yeah. Normally. You see beneath. Correct. So we are going to reduce, by reducing, we're going to save this country 3.8 billion. Do you know last month, we are saving this country over 1 billion Ghana cedi because the T-bill rate has reduced. Yeah. So we have a way of catering for the revenue shortfall as a result of abolishing these taxes. That's all. Okay, so Honorable Ake, I'll come to you. Your government, as a matter of fact, took us to IMF, and as part of the IMF agreement was the introduction of these taxes, at least as part of our fiscal environment, just so we could generate more revenue to cushion ourselves over there. But here lies the case. The reason why these taxes were being taken, as a matter of fact, they were not met. E-levy was being taken for a reason. But before we even talk about that, let me make the statement that
Amin Adam made on the, how do you call it, after the budget reading. He said it vividly that they never implemented the betting tax. My boss.
Okay, so thank you very much. So I think even yesterday, the Honorable Finance Minister has come out to clarify things. So
Okay.
I'm even surprised why my brother here is still complaining.
What
about
was the
that.
clarification about?
He came out to say that the lottery, which he was talking about, is betting tax. So once again, the Honorable Amin is a man of integrity, and when he comes out to speak, he knows what he's saying.
Okay.
Atuforsen clearly,
Yeah.
during the budget reading, said that we are taking off the 10% withholding tax on lottery, otherwise known as betting tax.
Okay.
One, to any person or any finance person who is into this tax things knows that there is a tax that NLE has sent,
Okay.
that which they are supposed to implement, but because of some one or two things they were not able to implement, which is the 10% withholding tax on lottery.
Okay.
So quickly after the budget, Honorable Amin came out to make clarification that, if the Honorable Atuforsen is saying that he's taking off 10% on the acclaimed the betting tax, which he, Honorable Amin, understood that the lottery Honorable Atuforsen is talking about is betting tax, then they never collected it. So if you could see, media houses called the Honorable Sami Oku, who was the former NLA boss, to make clarification on that did you take any 10% on lottery? He said no, we sent it. It was part of the amendment bill. And once again, if the Honorable Atuforsen clearly was talking about betting tax, then he should have sent the bill to Parliament so that they amend the income tax. It was not part of the budget. So clearly, the Honorable Atuforsen, during the budget reading, was not talking about betting tax until yesterday, that he came to clarify things, that it was the betting tax he was talking about. It was betting tax, the sports betting tax, not the 10% withholding tax on lottery.
But Amin Adam said vividly betting
tax, because his understanding on the betting tax Atuforsen was talking about was the lottery one.
Oh, his understanding.
Yes.
Okay.
If you check it very well, Honorable Atuforsen, then I am of the view that the Honorable Atuforsen wanted to confuse Ghanaians, because he cannot tell me he doesn't know the difference between the 10% withholding tax on lottery and betting tax. They are two distinct things.
Okay.
But to join them together, the Honorable Amin hurriedly came out to say that if he is talking about that lottery as betting tax, then we never implemented it.
Okay.
But we all know in Ghana here that there is a sports betting tax where we tax Ghanaians, and there's a 10% lottery withholding tax on lottery,
which was never implemented.
Yes, we never took it because there were other
But so don't you feel the Honorable Amin Adam could have relaxed, go back and do his background checks before he comes to the people, other than you people now trying to explain.
We are not explaining. What he said was very clear. If you are calling lottery betting tax, then the betting tax, we never implemented it.
Okay.
Your lottery is your betting tax.
Okay.
There is
do you want to say?
You see this argument that you're doing, you want to be factual.
Okay.
Let me read the budget statement.
Okay.
Page 41, sorry.
Okay.
Paragraph 141.
Okay.
We will abolish the 10% withholding tax on winnings from lottery, otherwise known as betting tax. I'm coming.
Okay.
You don't have anything like sports betting, please.
Okay.
Betting tax. Now, the program has to do with betting.
But I'm coming. What you read it again.
We will abolish the 10% withholding tax on winnings from lottery.
Okay.
Otherwise known as betting tax.
Okay.
Now, can lottery be classified? Sorry, betting tax be classified as lottery? That's the question. Now, Ghana Revenue Authority is the one taking the taxes.
Yeah.
When we say practice notes, we give operational definitions as to what is lottery. Operations.
Okay.
And I'm saying that take your phone and just check. Simple as that. It's not a matter of debating. Practice note on taxation for gross gaming revenue and winnings from lottery operations under the Income Tax Act 2015, Act 896, as amended. Now look at the three. It's talking about interpretation.
Okay.
Now, it's a definition of terms. For the purposes of this practice, you are done with the university, right? If you do your research work, when you do your findings, normally, because we want people to get to understand your concept very well, you are saying for the purpose of these research findings, these terms are defined as this, so that somebody wouldn't go and then bring you what he learned in sociology, whatever.
That's true. That's true.
He said that for the purposes of this practice note, lottery operations include sports betting, casinos, route operations, remote interactive games, national lotto betting, private lotto betting, other games of chance. So now, lottery operations include betting tax. So is betting lottery or not?
It is lottery.
So what's the difference?
Good. He raised that 10% withholding tax on lottery.
Otherwise
known as betting tax. And there is a tax which we send to parliament, which is 10%. If there is no tax like that called 10% withholding tax on lottery, we would have understood it as betting.
What's better to put it?
Yeah.
What's the rate? It's not 10%.
Yes, it is.
So what's the difference here?
10% to them. Honorable Samuel agreed that there is a tax
which I'm coming. Which you see, we will only bring this into this argument or conversation when what you are saying was being introduced at the floor of parliament. Honorable Samuel was being interviewed and spoke about it. But what the proposal you are giving now was never introduced at the floor of parliament and was never even debated on. What was debated on was the 10% betting tax and agreed upon, implemented. You get me? So
no, it was also sent to parliament.
You see, please,
the 10%
let's get this
withhold.
right. When you say our sports, people think it's football match. When you go to the betting site, is it only football that you go and stake?
Okay, my brother. Why wasn't before you can take off any tax, you send that act to parliament. Do you know that the income tax 2023 Act 1094 wasn't included? So how is he going to take off the betting tax?
It's implicit.
Okay.
They are now saying because he didn't include it, right?
Yeah.
So your definition of lottery as against that of betting tax simply because they add the amendment of the income tax amendment 2023 Act 1094. That's your problem. Now I can say that I'll amend it. Later I introduce a bill before parliament. I introduce the law to be amended. I don't necessarily have to include it in my budget. So I said I didn't say I abolished it. There are two different things. One is indicative of an act being contingent.
Yes.
So if I say that I will abolish, if I say I will abolish e-levy, what it means is that the bill upon which you are taking e-levy has to be introduced before parliament to be amended.
Let's be truthful to Ghanaians, my brother. You are saying that the only thing that could have saved the Honorable Atuforsen from this is when he had included the Act 1094 as part of the budget. We would have said that the Honorable goofed.
Okay.
But what is saving him? He didn't even include the act that will take off the bill.
I would want us to, end the conversation on this particular tax issue. But the cue I'm taking from you now, the cue I have taken from your view on the conversation you've made, and then the point you are trying to prove right now is that the Honorable didn't, state categorically that the tax
and even aside that, the Honorable, before coming to power, has never been in support of betting tax. Go and look at his previous interview.
Which Honorable was?
Atuforsen. Just that he's doing the work of the government, but to the person personally, has never been in support of betting.
Okay.
Check his previous interview.
Or what? I want to get.
He has never been in support of betting. Check his previous interview.
So does that mean you should tax them in order to deter them from?
I'm coming.
Abolition.
Let me get the point again. What I'm saying is that from previous interview Honorable Atuforsen has granted, he has said on several occasions that the betting thing itself should be taken out.
I see.
So why would he be in support?
To
take off the tax, to even boost the confidence and motivation of the youth.
Let me.
Frankly,
you are a Muslim, right? You bet.
No, I don't.
You see, it don't really make sense to even a KG child. That if you go to some countries, they are restricted their system. You cannot bet.
That's true.
We live in a country. Betway, soccer bet. Are they not licensed to operate?
Yeah.
Do they not pay corporate taxes?
They do.
How hypocritical can we be? We take taxes from them. We allow them to operate in Ghana. Then we turn around, come and tell us we shouldn't bet. Tell me the sense that it makes. Ghana, the whole country, is running a lottery authority. telling people to do cha-cha. And come and tell me that no, cha-cha is too much because we want to discourage people. Let's do 10% on it. Why don't we ban them from operating in Ghana?
As simple as that.
Simple as that. So that hypocrisy of the 10%, but also they discourage them. Who told you NOK cares about 10%? Or Aluchi PNK cares about 10%? Please, people will still bet. People are, as a result of betting, are now millionaires. People, as a result of betting, has now also been.
But as a country, should we encourage our youth into such?
So why are we doing lottery in Ghana? Isn't the government that's doing lottery?
No. See.
The state is doing lottery. Why are we doing lottery?
See, everyone has their reason for betting. You get me? Everyone, each and everyone, anyone that is in that business has their reason. It shouldn't be a matter of the country trying to deter people or stop people from doing it. The country can try it best. You get me? But since it's in the system, and you know Ghana, we generate revenue from taxing. As a matter of fact,
and
good. Yes, they are. And you know the funny thing.
When you legalize it,
I'm coming. The funny thing about this whole betting thing is that I wouldn't want you guys to argue on it. You know, the companies are being taxed to operate in Ghana. After whoever goes to the platform to stake bet again, the person winnings or earnings are also being taxed. This now becomes tax on tax, which become like it doesn't sound clear to my to my thinking. But you know, let's make the how do you call it the sleeping dog, how do you call it, sleep or something like that. So let's move to our next one, which I would want to tackle, and then what the MPP is saying is that your government has told us that they want to run a very lean, how do you call it, government. And out of running this lean government, reading the budget, money that has been allocated to the presidency is outrageous. That my brother, is it true that over 11 billion Ghana cedis have been allocated to the presidency?
2.7 billion.
Thank God that at least he has corrected his own people. You know, MPP, you all know, they have been invested with lives. I mean, by their own Bawumia. So we understand. I've heard a lot of people say 11 billion. I don't know where they got that budget statement from. I is saying 2.7 billion. Now, my boss for the Kwacho also did a video on that. So I want to say this in P if you permit me.
You are free.
Now, 2.7 billion allocated to presidency or office of government machinery. We say we are running a lean government. What do you mean by lean government? I mean speaking English. We are running lean government. Government ketwa. What the government ketwa? President, so man we are or council ministers are hold. Am I right or wrong?
Oh yes.
Civil servants, are they appointed by president? No, they are there. Public Service Commission, Civil Service Commission or Public Service Commission takes care of that. Now, for instance, where you information ministry are free. Information ministry was civil servant of Muya Admao. So President Mahama saying I'm cutting costs is to respect to political point. Do we have an information minister?
No.
Do we buy V8? Do you have to buy saloon car? Do you have to pay DM? Do you have to pay for his support staff?
No.
Do you have to pay for rent? Do you have to pay for other allowances? Traveling? No. We are saving the country money.
Okay.
If you go to a ministry of information right now, the civil servant there, what do you have to do? You have to reassign them. Now, when you are doing budgetary allocation, now, you group is can say we are koha. The ministry of information, I mean, you say agencies are mostly demand the ministry of information. No, you say almost salaries, you can compensation, you can about my phone number, almost sika you Ni na you can ministry of information budget allocation. It doesn't mean say ministry of information. Dine is to one man from where more on one. It means that agencies are more and also can. What does it?
Yeah.
As we speak, we have GNA, Ghana News Agency.
Okay.
You have GBC.
Okay.
You have ISD.
Yeah.
Ghana Information Service Department.
Okay.
But what does it?
Yeah.
You are under Ministry of Information.
Yes.
Now, to say, now become government communication.
Okay.
MPP former so more be our government communication and kasa.
Yes.
The presidency communication.
Presidency.
And almost our government in your communication. Ideally, government communication information.
Yes.
And as I say, but Kwacho for 5 people pay. But more no more government communication. I say that presidency communication.
I see.
For your one come also. No, you see, I am confirm no muya adwuma for that job. 76.
I see.
And now because I am 5.
Okay.
Now, Information Service Department, Ghana News Agency, GBC.
Yeah.
Now be check presidency one. In terms of budgetary allocation,
yes.
Sikana ya kan where brofo ya enforce sikan komo obi so nti omoka. Ministry of Information on tiaka. Presidency nti aka wo.
Yes.
Ya ka se sika se na be spend on the workers omu ya adwuma wo. Nti enya me no ka sai. GBC ana monka presidency no ene wa be ka office of government machinery ho. Okay. National Security Ministry ya fi wo me bo na se me bo. Yes. So the National Security Council no, the National Investigation Bureau, the National Signals Bureau, omu ina so abeka presidency ho. Enti absorb o abeka ho. Meaning say compensation na wo so mutua no. We na yetua mo. Enti e be government machinery ho. Because you are catering for them through office of government machinery.
So be landing for me
now, on that. Goods and services. Oh, can say goods and services. Oh, share goods and services. Budget or discretionary and non-discretionary. Okay. Discretionary simply means say, now can say we been so spend on luxury items. If you are traveling, allowances be. Non-discretionary, essential, inevitable. And the compensation budget be offer expenditure. They back on who first compensation. Okay. Because I buy who say me this career. One of the things that my government no. And stand still. I tell me to my forecast. Share goods and services are discretionary. And I wait to know who say okay. Say I may spend and I say. Okay, under MPP, almost spending 924 million. Okay. 143,874. Okay. JM buy upon TDU, upon say the other agencies we. Yeah. About 6 from the Ministry of Information, National Security. Other ones are back home. Goods and services are yes spending a few 847 million 964,846. Okay. Yes, if you are my way sika over 70 million Ghana cedis and can sika 700 billion. It's brofo problem no facing. Let me clear what my brother said. Okay. I net freeze on employment, but I have brofo. Okay. If I'm not say you freeze employment, you farm for where in the budget? Let me clear that. I won't say proper
yeah, I'm coming. We will go there. We will go there. Okay, in responding to what my brother just said with regards to monies being allocated to the presidency and then the breakdown he has given with agencies that has now been added to the government communications. Your party is claiming that this government is only 2 months old and they have borrowed over 70 million from the domestic market. In responding to that, comparing this to over your party borrowed over 150 something billion from the domestic market in 8 years, and this NDC party has borrowed over 70 million Ghana cedis from 2 months. So in responding to that and responding to this, do you think NDC party is taking Ghana to the right direction?
Okay, thank you very much, my brother. So, I've always said that one thing the NDC is good at, I think one is one of the requirements in selecting their communication team. It should be built on propaganda.
Oh, okay.
The MPP for some time now, or the MPP as a party, doesn't have that structure.
That is the propaganda.
Propaganda. So, you see, I was just imagining Sami Jemfi sitting back and MPP presenting this budget.
What would have been the problem?
OGM. What would have been 2.7 billion. The way they would have. Behind Nyaka. MPP last year 326 million on OGM, government machinery. NDC with a lean government is telling us that they are going to spend 2.7 billion.
Yes. But that is the breakdown. That is the breakdown he gave right now.
My brother. Yeah. Goods and services. Yeah. 8.8 million. Goods and services for Feles Kwachi Ofusu. 8.8 million. Goods and services. Mami Chirim. A4 sheet. Yeah. Toffee. Nissan marketing.
Let's be realistic.
Let's be realistic. We are being realistic here.
What is toffee in this conversation? Hey, my brother, what is toffee?
Goods and services. What is Kwachi Ofosu going to use?
Who is going to eat toffee in the government communication?
They buy it on their table. They put it on their tables. So what is Kwachi Ofosu going to use 8.8 million?
But no, you see the way
goods and services.
The way you are saying Felix Kwachi. No, the way you are saying. I want us to be like realistic, and then let's have a, how do you call it? A very good conversation. Let's not make it look like it is going to an individual. Let's not make it look like the money is going to an individual.
Felix Ofosu Kwachi, Samim a Muslim. Okay. And maybe the office of the vice president, Amaprat, press secretary. Yeah. 3 people are going to take 78 million Ghana cedis of the taxpayers' money. Capex. Akufo-Addo was leaving. He told them that, my brother, car be awaje, be pakisio. So which capital expenditure again, aside compensations, are able to your salaries to maybe the agencies that have been added? Felix Ofosu-Kwati is telling us that he will use 8.8 million for goods and services. And you know that they have dropped 10 times the amount of the government OGM that Akufo-Addo spent, 326 million to 2.7 million. A lean government. I'm coming. You are telling us that you've moved ministries from 30 to 23.
Yes.
Meaning that you are going to run a lean government.
Yes.
Now, even the Ministry of Information, that was a ministry. You are telling me that you're renting per diem. What? We have not taken that out, out of the budget.
Yeah.
And we are having 2.7 billion. My brother, what are you telling Ghanaians?
But you know, all those, the ministry has been taken out, but the agencies under those ministry are still there.
Akufo-Addo's time we had agencies under the ministry.
Okay.
Zongo Development. Do you know how many ministry agencies were under the Office of the Government Machinery? But we still had 326 million.
Okay.
You have 10 times the amount, and you are justifying yourself with agencies when under the Akufo-Addo we had the same agencies. My brother, let's be realistic to Ghanaians. 3 people. Felix Ofosu-Kwati, Shamima Muslim, and Ama Pratt.
Personally, I feel like you are exaggerating.
I'm not exaggerating, my brother.
I didn't tell you what
Personally.
they have adopted. Oma was one country, but was the kind of country. Oma was the first Kwacho Fus, the other are Bane. You see, everything you're talking about Office of Government Machinery, Felix Kwacho Fus, Felix, send a bear, the good faith that Ghanaians have in him. No, there was a better nation in him.
My brother, again, there is an amount for research department, 70 million. Oh, my brother, which research again? That we need 70 million for research. When there are professors in University of Ghana, UCC, and the rest,
But those
coming out with research documents where the country is taken. We have brought out a research department, which we even had.
But no,
and the
is it
go and check the amount for research department.
How much was it?
I don't even have the data here, but it's not even close to your 70 million.
Good. But let's not compare that to the fact that there are research, how do you call it, professors in various universities. There could be a specific field that the country would want to delve into.
Then the Felix Ofosu-Kwati and his team should tell us.
But I don't know why you are purposefully mentioning the name.
Because how can you spend 8.8 million on goods and services? 8.8 million, where we cannot even get 400 million to start the Women's Bank. We've allocated 51 million. My brother, in this country, can we use 51 million to open a bank?
Do you think the NDC
even a microfinance, we cannot use 51 million to start a microfinance?
Do you think the NDC government is going to continue your famous project Agenda 111?
You, Akando, 2 media guys drove from Accra with V8s, with taxpayers' money, to go and inspect Agenda 111 hospitals and just film it and show Ghanaians that MPP didn't complete it. But in your budget, you couldn't allocate funds for Agenda 111. You claim that we couldn't complete, but you could drive cars from Accra to Ashanti region, trade the NFOU Chrome to go and inspect and film to Ghanaians. You see, let's stop the populist agenda, packaging and settings, wash and wear government. It is too much. The packaging is too much. You go and then you speak to market women. You go and then you grant Twitter spaces just to appease, to make your government popular, populist agenda. But the work on grounds, you are not explaining to the people. You include you take away betting tax, and then you freeze employment. What are you telling the Ghanaian youth?
All right, my brother.
It is very serious.
My brother, is this freezing of employment thing true? Because it is all over. It's like my brother have been hitting on it. I would want you to respond to that.
MP before doing some cool school, you know, what the school down Kane. What? Okay, let's look at it. I don't want to. There's no freeze of employment in the budget. There's nothing like freeze of employment in the budget.
Okay.
Net freeze. Grammar. Start. Page 84. Okay. Compensation of employees. Under. You let me read from the 478.
Okay.
In 2025.
So this is the budget you are reading?
Yes.
Okay.
And reference in paragraph 478. You can open so they can say freeze of employment again. Correct. In 2025, Ghana will implement the following measures to keep the wage bill within sustainable levels. Fully implement the net freeze on employment by immediately putting on hold all recruitment or replacement into the public service, given that recent realignment and collapse of some MDAs, ministries, departments, and agencies. Department and agencies has brought about surplus labor. Just saying.
SS.
Why collapse create agencies will be almost and now can middle belt or development authority, coastal development authority, northern development authority, zongo development fund, name ceremony government. And now can say agencies were collapsing. Ministries, someone have been collapsed.
Okay.
If you go to Ministry of Information, you see one thing I get mistake and now can say 2.7 billion. Go to the budget, compensation of employees is not going to President Mahama. It means that I do my form where civil servants at the presidency and the president office allotted. Please, and I make us a bro for no. Ye cater for in the name of office of the president. In two information service department, and one school in Chehon, any Jubilee House. Now, budgetary allocation wise is under Jubilee House.
Okay.
It's there 2.7 billion. Open the budget. Relax. Please relax. Now. Net freeze now all can. And I say the surplus no. Ministry of Information civil servants no. And you mean to about Jubilee House. We have to do realignment. There are several ministries and agencies that free. So you have to do a realignment of staff.
Okay.
There have been surplus. And for that matter, we have to make sure say let me even continue so you get it. Or see, so about surplus labor in this regard, there will be no extension of contract for all public offices except in education universities, which will be capped and down with budgetary constraints. So surplus labor now, we are looking at how we can fix them.
Yeah.
Now, but also net freeze on employment, as I said, explain before I help you. Explain to Ghanaians what it mean by net freeze on employment.
Would you want to tackle that? Go ahead. You are go ahead.
Net freeze on employment simply means admon of Babali say obi here.
Okay.
Realignment. Yeah, they are even in their budget, or catch on say the ministries and department agencies should look at areas that is being understaffed.
Okay.
Staff there on endorse.
Okay.
That's why when we came, we say we are going to do human resource gap analysis. It's simplicity.
Okay.
So on now putting that staff there. And the net freeze on employment simply means the work currently available for you to do. No? Some people are already doing it. Even there's a surplus labor. And for that matter, we don't have to go and hire people to come and do the same job.
Okay.
So
listening to what you are saying, meaning your government is being truthful and blatant to Ghanaians. But Honorable Ake, do you think what suggestion would you give, or what routes would you have suggested to the NDC government to have taken in order to at least open the job market within this public sector for Ghanaians to be employed?
First of all, I already told you that NDC is built on propaganda. Let me explain what net freeze on employment is. Refers to a policy where an organization or government maintains its total workforce at a fixed level.
Okay.
This approach is often used to manage costs, control budget, or comply with economic policies. Okay. My brother, what does it mean? Okay. It means that you are not going to bring any new face. Those who what you read to us here, those who are on contract, say 3 months to 6 months, this one, you will go home.
Yeah.
They won't do any replacement. Yes. It is a retirement. Retirement. It means that this year there won't be any employment. Why can't you agree and tell Ghanaians that, my brother?
So what do you suggest? What do you suggest that? What different routes would you have suggested that the NDC should have taken at least to keep the
24-hour economy? Did I promise Ghanaians? You went through the whole of the country shouting, chanting, pushing social media that you are going to provide employment for the Ghanaian youth, 24-hour economy. Mahama came to do a sonar, told us that we should wait for budget. We will talk about 24-hour economy. The Minister of Finance also comes, tells us that, 24-hour economy, we will bring a policy document. Are you joking with the minds of the Ghanaian youth? You have taken out betting tax and you have freeze employment. You couldn't provide a means. And do you know what is painful? Do you know that they are not going to even continue the one district, one party, who could have been a main pillar for their 24-hour economy?
Oh, okay.
Agenda 111, who could have employed people, 111 hospitals. Imagine the number of Ghanaian youth who would have gotten employment. Yesterday, their self-acclaimed 5K men, 3K men said that they are going into an agreement with J4S. Do you know J4S? Security. They are going to employ 6,000 youth. Such a jokish government.
Why?
Do you know how much J4S pays their staff?
On record?
600 Ghana cedis.
Oh, okay.
What you can say is 700 Ghana cedis. And we should boast, we should clap for Malik Bassey.
That is better than nothing.
It's better than what?
Nothing.
G4S is on the streets, even looking for people for employment. Omo Pachel. Shasana miti G4S ni shi am say abrantie ye wo adwuma oba be ye bi na che say abro mo so mo nye nipa. So Malik Bassey thinks he can use that for the minds of Ghanaians to play with our minds. Going to create 2 apps. Where he was criticizing Dr. Baumia for app creation. You see, let's be truthful.
But no, you see, he is not creating the app personally.
Why? Baumia was creating the app personally.
The agency that
there is a citizen app. Why he has a website?
Okay.
He doesn't have the mindset. He's even the PRO for the organization. He should understand that he's the CEO. And there is a public relations office for the company where he's heading. He should understand that. NDC doesn't have a clear vision for the Ghanaian youth.
I see.
I'm telling you today.
So
if they had, they would have included 24-hour economy in their budget to tell us that they are providing jobs for the youth. There is no way, I'm telling you, that they are going to provide jobs for any youth.
Okay.
Because they have freeze employment and they have not provided a remedy to the freeze on employment.
So good. So
one advice I will give them, they should go and complete one agenda 111. Put funds in one district, one factory, because that is where Ghanaian youth can get employment from. But from this budget, I am telling the Ghanaian youth, you should be disappointed because they sent that to page 84. I read one comment. One NDC full soldier. Hey, the budget, I thought it ended at page 69. Yes, he sent it to 84. Go there and read. It is there. Net freeze on employment.
I see.
1 year more Ministry of Local Government. 6 months contract. That's one. NDC will sack you. That is what they are telling you.
So good. So the famous, how do you call it? Get fund. That most student association knows, groups, everyone all over was praying for the for it to be uncapped. And finally it was implemented in these budgets where this fund is going to fully serve the interests of our educational sector. And as a matter of fact, will be extended to NHIA, LEAP program and all those things. Are you happy?
Okay, so you are saying you are uncapping it and then they will use that funds to do what? Fund free SHS.
Yes, free SHS and then.
Okay, what was the main reason for the establishment of Get Fund? It is to build
educational infrastructure. Okay.
For education. Let me make this simple analogy. A man gives birth to his children. His children start working. Okay. And then he tells the children that Ojibusumi akitu ya na minketwi. Fakakra betu fie na unuanom nketewa mensu nye bi ndi omo kire omo a yetimi de ahwe omo ofie papa ba ko nso se edwuma na wo ye no unye bosume ne so na onye osika wo de wonkun adi ni na emfa bi mafie unuanom kire omo nso omo fo mutinye den empem no mo mpa omo de. So this is just a policy you can decide to run it. But as to whether Get Fund will be able to fund the free SHS and continue its infrastructure, it is in the hands of God. Do you know how Akufo-Addo was funding free SHS?
I don't.
Oil money. Can we compare oil money to the money Get Fund raises? It should tell you that free SHS, and they have increased the free SHS money 30%.
All right, so my brother,
I'm coming. No. My point is, can the Get fund the free SHS and also do it infrastructure, capping or uncapping? It is a policy decision.
Okay.
For that, I have no problem. So that's why I did the analogy. Either Obepese.
All right, so my brother, come in on the get fund on capping, and then if there's any response you will have to give to it, then let's do that.
Contract workers, if 6 months, ideally, contract means that 6 months.
Yeah.
It has come to an end.
Yeah.
The organization or that public institution may decide to extend it. So it's not compulsory. Yeah. Not like we are sacking you. It has ended. We didn't sack you. It has ended. Using the word sack is inappropriate. Agenda 111. Do you know how MPP they can lie?
No.
If you read that 2016 manifesto, chapter 10 talk about health, page 119.
Okay.
They said they're going to build all the district hospitals in Ghana. They're going to build hospitals. Those that even have hospitals, they're going to even expand, right, or improve them. When we came to 2020, when Akufo-Addo failed for the whole 4 years without being able to build, when we go to COVID on 26th April 2020, that was Sunday, on his 8th address, that fellow Ghanaians thing.
Yeah.
He said that, I'm going to build 88 hospitals in 1 year. People said, this might be okay. 88 hospitals in 1 year. You can't. 1 year, you can't. When the year was due, 26th April 2021. We are yet to see even one hospital. Then he came again, no, let's change it. I told you our names. 2016, they didn't build. They changed it to 88 in 2020. The same thing. Or more than name, the same thing now. Agenda 111, they added on to make 111. So the 88. Ask him. You say you're going to build 88 in 1 year. Let's even forgive you. 4 years. How many have you completed? How many have you operational? Traded. The minister went there. They are still plastering inside. You are telling me you should come and continue. You are going to continue. When it comes to issues of employment, you see, we are students. Let's be honest. If Ministry of Information is supposed to take 500 people, should we say because I buy myself Fanipa Jumamuti, Fanipa hand account because now I'm better now not Omuka? Is that what it means? What's government employment about? Creating that environment where private sector can try to, employ people. Now, what are you going to do? You say you're not going to create employment. They didn't read the budget. You are going to allocate 100 million for 1 million coding program. You are going to train 1 million people who will be equipped with digital skills. Because most of these tech companies, before they come, they will do what we call digital literacy.
Yeah, I heard something about computing.
Yes, we are going to do digital literacy scan to know, a survey to ascertain, how familiar you are with digital platform, all that, before they can assault. We are going to do national apprenticeship program. Do you know what it means? 300 million have been allocated. People are going to be trained on vocational artisanal skills. We are going to see the master craftsmen. One of the major challenges is that Uchiche boys, or we 80, you are saying the person mission ajuma. Obviously, I say this scam medical esunya ajuma me Government says I'm going to pay for you. Ajuma rural, how many has been located? We are going to help people create their businesses, monitor them, track them. 10,000 people a year. We are talking about they don't understand what employment is. Please keep note. Bank, OC Women Development Bank, 51 million say bank biannual. Please. The minimum capital requirements now are 400. I don't know much here. And seed fund and net capital. Please relax. On the seed fund, when you are establishing a banker, seed fund, you say we are making twice here. Yeah. The board of the Women's Development Bank will then go to other partners. I'm investment in it because of the company film. I'm also a seed fund association. How? Tell me, say bank. I buy the bank. Bank ben I buy this cautious. It doesn't happen like that. It doesn't work like that unless there are another finances. So what we are going to do is seed fund, just like how Rollins started. UDS seed fund. It started to generate other sources, funds from other sources. So please don't go on that tangent. You are just good at the renaming. Agenda 1 you're just talking about it. You are not even ashamed that out of 111, you did only 3. You're not ashamed. Which one is even working? None of them. On campaign get fund. Let me tell you. Do you know Dennis Appiah Lavi? MPP communicator pan. No, a news president or consumer parliament. I hope I uncap it. Do you understand what it means to uncap get fund? The get fund at 2000 at 581. You uncapped it, Kenneth Foyata, by introducing the earmark funds, capping and realignment Act 2017, Act 947. Capping the women in 2023. Get fund was supposed to accrue about 7.9 billion Ghana cedis. Only 3.9 was allotted to education.
Yes.
You qualify 4 billion. So you are telling me oil money. They didn't follow for years. It wasn't only oil money. At the point we weren't even getting the money. So you are telling me today that you're going to use get fund. The ministers you are going to allocate 3.5 billion. Aside that, 4.1 billion through get fund. 4.1 billion through get fund. Meaning that now, by amending the get fund Act 2581, we are going to include free senior high school as a permanent item for get fund funding. So now get fund is not going to fund free senior high school. Today, John Dramani Mahama has increased the allocation 30% more than your government. We're in this country when he told us, professors told us that review means cancellation. Bro, Read me cancellation. Have you seen what we are doing today? Today, I'm talking about employment. Look at what you are doing. He comes to the university level. Look at what John Dramani Mahama is doing. He's saying that I'm allocating 499.8, approximately 500 million.
Even talk about that.
Please.
Let him end.
Please.
You come in.
500 million, approximately, for the no fee shares that he said that he doesn't have. We calculated it. Unlike Ronaldo, who couldn't even determine cost what he was going to do. He has been able to allocate. We are going to allocate that fund to make sure that people who complete senior school want to enter into the tertiary level will get there smoothly. Because between 2021, 2022, about 45,000 students who got admission couldn't enter to the university because they couldn't pay for the admission fees. John Dramani Mahama is saying that I'm going to give you that opportunity. Today you are ashamed because he is doing it. Today, people with disability are going to school for free. People, these are facts. You can express me as emotions and sentiment.
You see how it's
facts.
So land for me.
These are facts.
Incontrovertible,
unimpeachable facts.
You
can't do anything about it. That's what he did. You people that we can't get fund. Government that you 1.3 million Ghana, you deny them right to their earnings, their own investment. You will help 240 billion. That's what he did. You couldn't service your debt. Between 2-3 years, you are running double deficit. Is that not what he did? Presidential staff that you are complaining. Akufo-Addo employed political appointees 336 before leaving office. In 2017, 934. Today, how people are working in the presidency? That president Mahama has appointed 27.
Even with that, we have 2.7 billion.
Because you don't understand English. Why is all in the budget? Why is all in the budget?
NDC shouldn't even.
So land for me.
Compensation of employees.
Talk about ODM.
Land for me.
Compensation of employees.
The point is raised.
No.
Didn't Akufo-Addo have such agencies under him and still had a budget?
So good. So
How many agencies did Akufo-Addo have?
We have added more.
Tell me the number of agencies.
Hello.
Tell me the number of agencies.
Not to listen.
So
please.
In conclusion, I'll come to you. In conclusion.
It's something that we have done to make sure that Get Fund had the needed money they need to run.
We have no problem. If Get Fund can help fund the FSHS, we are happy.
In conclusion, the NDC is saying this budget Eddie Asempa Abraying. One, I would want to know, is it truly that this budget contain Asempa? Two, we are going to conclude with it, and this is going to be your last statement. Two, what do you think that this budget was supposed to target and it didn't target? Three, going forward, how would you advise Ghanaian youth to be more inclusive in governance? Just so we wouldn't finish and then politicians will come and then be explaining again. So I want you to tackle these three. You will land on that, and then he also come in. Then we'll close our show.
Okay, so thank you very much. So this budget that the NDC presented, they told us that they didn't introduce any tax. They have just abolished. Am I lying?
Who told you that?
Do you agree that
No.
you've introduced
Are you asking
taxes?
me so I help you? They didn't be asking a question and tell
Are you agreeing that you've added taxes?
No, we said. Who said that?
Special growth tax. Reintroduction of road toll. Akufo-Addo did exemption of tax on non-life insurance. Do you know you've taken that exemption out? So you are now going to tax. So you've introduced about 4. You've extended the tax, the growth rate, which was supposed to end 2025 to 2028, and have increased it from 1% to 3%. Akufo-Addo never took emission tax. The self-acclaimed emission tax, Keselato Fossen said he took out. We never took that. VAT on motor insurance, we never took that. So those taxes that the finance minister claimed he has taken it out, NPP never taxed it. And they have introduced about 4. Let's be truthful to Ghanaians.
Okay, so learn the 1 minute.
And let the Ghanaians know the truth.
We have introduced 4.
Yes.
I want to get
So let him learn so that you.
So what you are saying is that this budget is an Azan budget, just like what Honorable Afenyomakin said.
Okay.
And it's a budget where you came to Ghana for you decided to place the taxes at different pages.
Okay.
Where Ghanaians will not see because you know your Ghanaian people are gullible and do not like reading. sorry to say.
Was that? I think that's an insult to the good people of Ghanaians.
That is what they did. You sent freeze on employment, net freeze to page 84, where your own NDC food soldiers, communicators, who you give them 700 cedis, think that their budget ends at page 69.
I see.
Let's be truthful to Ghanaians and let the Ghanaian people. That is what President Akufo-Addo did. He was truthful. Sikane knew we are in your criminally managed economy. Left to a GDP at 5.7. A country moving forward. You do know that you have pegged GDP of 4. Statistical Service said that we left to 5.7 GDP growth. You in your budget is telling that 2024 5 you want to grow at 4.
Thank you. Thank you.
Let's be truthful to Ghanaians.
Thank you.
And let's explain the real budget to Ghanaians and let the Ghanaian people know that you are playing with their minds.
I see.
So they should open their eyes wide. It is the same John Dramani Mahama who was in 2012. It's the same John Dramani. Stop whitewashing and stop the settings and packaging and wash and wear government populist agenda. Be truthful to Ghanaians. Thank you
so much. And my brother.
Right, so when was suspended, their own people said they were going to introduce it.
You're not allowed to ask the question.
NDC was not against Roto, right?
You have 2 minutes.
We are not against Roto.
Okay.
Second, I thank Malik Basintali that is going to secure job for people who at least be paid. NAPCO, do you know NAPCO?
Yeah.
Were they paid?
No.
Yes. How much were we paying them? How much were they being paid? Youth in afforestation, slogans, government. Today they are still changing C for yes. NAPCO cry, you couldn't pay them.
So
that's what I say. Now, growth and sustainability levy introduce. That's what I said that introduce. Please don't lie. Growth and sustainability levy has always been there. It was introduced by your own government. If you say you increase it by 3%, which is not even going to be paid by Ghanaians, it's a mining sector. Growth and sustainability levy is like royalties. If you do taxation, how about you call taxation of economic rent? It means what's the minimum amount you are spending on producing natural resource. The extra amount you earn on buying it. Now, what we are saying that unlike Australia, if you go to Australia, how about you call windfall gain tax system, where you account for the increase in taxation value of your land. So if it exceeds around $10,000, we take more. Artificial is saying that Ghana, if you look at the gold, the average amount producing an ounce of gold is around $1,700. The world market price today is around $2,900. So there's a need for us to increase it. So you're able to catch up with the profit you're earning. Yeah. So it's not going to be paid by an average Ghanaian. And it's not a new tax. Please get that clear. Ghanaians have now seen hope.
You are extending
Ghanaians, please.
It's supposed to end in
2025.
Please, that's not your time. Please. You are done with yours.
We have Ghanaians have seen the budgets, right? Not coming with holding taxes. That's the same government. They say they're going to abolish betting tax. They said they didn't take emission tax. They didn't take. Meanwhile, GIA told us on October 2023 that they got 15 million Ghana cedis from betting tax, but they said they didn't take it. Today, the youth that are going to senior high school now have good food.
Speak to the camera.
We're gonna get good food to eat. The 1 million coders program is coming. Mami for no more German. Bank and Namuji, Busia Free GT, UT Bank, GM Bank, MPP are buying by Obeguomono. And the Women Development Bank, but to make sure that you have access to soft loans, interest, about my air ketobit my grow business. Today, Ajuma Raba, a training youth. Aboma creating Majuma, 10,000 of them with the expectation that at least every year be able to have 50. What can say what if you win this cover to Akosuna Jumano? John Dramani Mahama is saying that and with 300 million Ghana cedis back. These are facts. 300 million. What are you talking about deficit? On your base. When they came to power in 2018, fiscal responsibility as 982. Deficit here crossed 5%.
Land in 30 seconds.
7.5%.
In 30 seconds.
That's what you did. 2022, you were doing 104% debt to GDP. Economy called jam status.
You left to 5.7.
Please, jam status.
In your budget,
relax.
You pegged at 4. Are you not ashamed?
Jack status. And to say, oh, say, maybe at something means that's expectation. When you say we're doing 5%, below 5% too. We are 7.5% debt to GDP. That's what you did. You were the only government who to me every 40 internal, external, ABC bidder. You were the one under your government. Mona Mombreso, yeah, inflation equal to 54.1%. ABC that Manika.
We all know that because of the external factors.
Like,
even in the world economy, everyone's
now.
Why are you even raising that here?
Now, Baobia was doing comparison with Togo, Cote d'Ivoire. They were doing inflation below 3. Your own was 54.1%. Did COVID jump Cote d'Ivoire and Ivory Coast? Sorry, Togo. No, it
They're not being
didn't. So Ghana for and the
not
Omati
being
budget.
truthful.
Now, social contract just the money Mahama and Ghana for.
Right.
Chairman any budget no. Policy document for 25 economy, please. What's your on count or budget in Manama? So I'll say policy document, prepare policy document. 25 economy. There are various laws I also watch around the other.
They couldn't prepare in opposition, no. You see, NDC has never been truthful to Ghanaians.
Yeah.
They are still campaigning.
So
After today, they are still campaigning.
I think
you power.
So you are truthful.
Of course.
So Bawumia is truthful.
You
See, that's how they are. They quote figures. You know,
time is a revealer of time.
Relax.
Very soon, the Ghanaians will know the true color of the umbrella.
It's not shouting competition. Please relax. 5.7 million. 2022. Could you believe that? Bafua, who is the employment minister then, said that they have created 5.3 million. Bawumia 7 January 2024. He said that they have created 2.1. 2 months time, they have created 2.6. And now say 3 million. Only job on market.
But we've left 5.7 GDP.
Please.
That is
the point have been clearly.
My brother, they said they've left 400 and they have allocated 499 for first year of 100.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
University of Ghana, Ghana Telecom.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, guys. As a matter of fact, I am very.
Please, 5.7 million perform most of movie business beneficiaries. You push you almost have a cash that 3.2.
Big push. They said big push. They are big push needs push.
Of course.
Big push needs push.
If you join the money, Mahama Abba, send your year no brain. 250 million was taken fund and $64,000 in the room.
Oh,
correct.
All right, thank you guys, thank you so much, thank you so much.
24-hour economy.
Thank you.
Be truthful to Ghanaians. The good people of Ghana deserve to know the truth.
Thank you so much,
my brother.
Thank you so much, my panelists. As a matter of fact, I'm very grateful for you coming today and then us dissecting the budgets very well. And looking at it, it looks like MPP will always be in disagreements, and then NDC will always look as if like. So I think yes, that is the beauty of the game. You need someone to put the government on its toes, and I'm sure that is why the opposition MPP party is there. Whatever thing that need to be done very well, they are going to look out for those things, and they are going to put the government on its toes. And the NDC too, I'm sure they are on the lookout to do the right things, just so the MPP do not get them, and then so that will be fumbling. Yes. So just as I always say, this has been your favorite political show, Political Pulse, on Kane Media TV, Kane Media Trends. I bring this to you every week, and just as I say, if you are a marketer, product seller, anyone out there you want your product marketed, contact our telephone numbers below the screens. We are going to make you hit your targeted market. We are going to talk about your products very well here. We'll get you customers, people you need to know to break even, make profits. We are going to connect you to your people. So keep watching Political Pulse on Kane Media TV, Kane Media Trends. And it has been your host, Gausu Zamani, and I say goodbye.